Welcome back to Wisdom Today and to the 7th episode in our Bhagavad Gita series. Today, we're diving into the heart of devotion with a story inspired by the profound 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga. Let's explore what true devotion looks like through the life of a man who loved quietly. In a small, misty coastal town in Oregon, there lived a man named Daniel Moore. Daniel wasn't famous, he wasn't wealthy, and you'd never hear him talking about God, philosophy, or spirituality. His life was a simple, unspoken prayer. Every morning, long before the sun kissed the horizon, Daniel would be at the old town pier. He cleaned it meticulously, not for a paycheck, but because the local fishermen arrived early, and he didn't want them to slip on the wet, slippery boards. It was his quiet way of caring. By noon, you would find him in his small kitchen, preparing warm meals for his elderly neighbor, Mrs. Helen. She had lost her family years ago and lived alone. Daniel's cooking wasn't just food. It was a daily dose of companionship and warmth, a silent message that she was not forgotten. He never spoke of his kindness. He simply acted on it. In the evenings, his ritual was different. He would sit by the sea, a solitary figure against the vast ocean, watching the endless rhythm of the waves. As the sun dipped low, he would whisper just one sentence into the salty air. "If you are there, thank you." That was it. No long prayers, no list of desires. Just pure, simple gratitude. Daniel never asked for anything. One harsh winter night, a violent storm descended upon the town. The sea, usually so calm, roared like an angry beast, clawing at the shore. The wind howled and rain lashed down relentlessly. In the chaos of that night, Daniel's small wooden house, which had stood for decades, couldn't withstand the fury. It collapsed. His neighbors, seeing his home reduced to rubble, expected to see him broken. They waited for tears, for rage, for the inevitable question, "Why me?" But Daniel stood silently in the pouring rain, his face calm. Instead of grieving his loss, he was busy helping others, guiding his neighbors to safer, higher ground. Someone, baffled by his composure, approached him and asked, "Daniel, aren't you angry with God? After everything you do, this happens?" Daniel offered a gentle, serene smile. His reply was simple, yet it held the weight of profound wisdom. He said, "If I love him only when life is kind, is that love real?" His words hung in the air, a powerful testament to a faith that wasn't dependent on circumstances. Days later, as the storm subsided and the town began to assess the damage, something miraculous happened. The community gathered to rebuild the battered pier. And then, without any organized plan or announcement, people started showing up with more. Some brought timber and tools. Others brought food and warm drinks for the workers. And many brought money, quietly pressing it into the hands of those who had lost the most. A local family, hearing about Daniel's plight, offered him a warm room in their home. Another group of carpenters volunteered to help rebuild his house from the ground up. Daniel never asked. He never complained. He never demanded. Yet, in his moment of greatest need, everything he required simply arrived. It was as if the universe itself was responding to his selfless love. This story is a living illustration of the Bhagavad Gita's 12th chapter. This chapter describes the true devotee, the one most dear to the divine. It says this person is gentle and kind to all. They harbor no ill will or hatred. They are content and steady, remaining balanced in both joy and sorrow. And most importantly, they love without any expectation of reward. Daniel lived these teachings perfectly, without ever having read the words. His temple wasn't a building made of stone. It was the entire town. His worship wasn't in chanting hymns. It was in cleaning the pier, cooking for a neighbor, and helping in a crisis. He worshiped through love, patience, and quiet, humble service. This brings us to the final reflection. True devotion, true bhakti, is not loud. It doesn't put on a show or demand rewards for its piety. It is the quiet, unwavering act of loving life itself, of trusting the unseen force that guides us, and of serving others without any need to be seen or acknowledged. And the beautiful secret is this: when your love is that pure, the divine always finds its way to you. Thank you for joining us on Wisdom Today. If you enjoyed this story and want more great wisdom shared in simple ways, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next episode.